Hollywood's gone done, did it again. They're remaking The Exorcist, but could it be a good thing? Let's talk about it. So news came down the wire a little bit earlier today in a Deadline article announcing some other movie and TV shows. It was kind of buried at the end of the article that a reported reboot of The Exorcist to be shown in theaters in 2021 is happening from Morgan Creek Productions. I'm reading on /film right now. Buried at the end of a recent Deadline article comes the news that a reboot of William Friedkin's 1973 horror classic, The Exorcist, is being developed for a theatrical release in 2021 by the folks at Morgan Creek Productions. The show has already had a TV series continuation of the show, which I didn't see. I actually heard really good things about the show. I heard it was pretty good. I haven't checked it out. The first film has obviously spawned a couple sequels. The third movie in particular is a fan favorite. The third one was a pretty damn good installment with some decent scares, but yes, they're going to remake this. And my thoughts are, maybe it could be a good thing, you know? And here's why. Certain movies lend themselves to remakes, just not all of them. Not all movies lend themselves to remakes, but some movies could benefit from updated special effects, updated production value. At the time, you know, acting was different, you know, camera equipment was different, obviously special effects were different, and The Exorcist, being that it's so specific in the nature of its effects and its scares and its direction, could lend itself to updated special effects amazingly if practical effects are used. I think a remake could be good. Granted, the script would have to be amazing and the project would have to be handed to a competent director that would really take the material and elevate it. Because if you go back and you watch The Exorcist, obviously it's an incredible movie. It is a powerful movie. The acting is great. The scenes are well constructed, but you can be taken out of the film sometimes with some of the effects. The pea soup obviously has been spoofed in every comedy you can imagine. In some parts that are meant to be terrifying now to a modern audiences, you can kind of snicker at a little bit. I still enjoy The Exorcist. I think it's a classic movie, but what I think about a modern director taking the reins of that material with a good script, with amazing special effects, I think could absolutely be successful if put in the right hands. And it got me thinking about a bunch of amazing remakes that have happened recently, in the recent years. The Wicker Man, Poltergeist, Flatliners. I'm kidding. But there have been a slew of remakes that were actually pretty good. Going back and really looking at a bunch of remakes, the Dawn of the Dead remake, the Evil Dead remake, Fright Night was actually surprisingly good. Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake from the early 2000s I thought was pretty damn good for a remake of a massive franchise like that. So it's in particular, out of those examples, Evil Dead I thought was an amazing remake. It really took that material and differentiated itself enough from the original to be its own thing, but still kind of stayed in that world and was so effective, terrifying. The gore gags were amazing. I think that's one of the best remakes in recent years. And I think if you could take The Exorcist and do something like that for a modern audience, with amazing special effects, maybe you get, you know, you get some of the best practical special effects people working today. You get an amazing director and you could really make an incredible movie. I can picture Ari Aster taking the reins of an Exorcist movie, or even Fede Alvarez, or, you know, Joe Begos even. He's coming up. Joe Begos is another up-and-coming director. There's a lot of people I think that could really elevate this material. And if you look back, some of the classic horror movies in the genres are in fact remakes themselves. You look at The Thing, The Fly, the 1988, I think it's the 88, The Blob. Those are remakes that when I watched those movies as a younger kid, a younger viewer, I didn't know they were remakes. I just saw a good movie. So, you know, for a younger audience, maybe they could discover this and it could introduce them to horror. Then they go back and watch the original Exorcist. They can't play it safe. It can't be a PG-13 mass audience remake. They'd have to go a hard R with it. They'd have to not be scared to really go there with it, which can be hard for filmmakers now because people are so sensitive. But like I said, I really think The Exorcist is one of these exceptions that, if put in the right hands, could be successful. We'll just have to wait and see. This news just broke today. There's really not a lot of information at all whatsoever. I feel like they kind of dropped this little bit of nugget to get people talking, to get people's opinions on it. But with the right director, I think this movie could be successful. Unexpected remakes of classic films that are polarizing, that kind of took the material and kind of reimagined it. I hate that term, reimagining, but films that did that were Maniac, Suspiria, I Spit on Your Grave, the remake, I thought was a really effective and brutal remake. Hard R rating, good actors. With the prestige of a title like Exorcist, I think you could get some A-list actors, or at least some really strong talent, really elevate the material and make it good. So nothing we can do about it now. We'll just have to wait and see if it is any good. So I really wanted to jump on here and just kind of see what other people's opinions are. So please let me know in the comments below what you think about a Exorcist remake. Will it suck? Could it be good? Will you just wait and see? Who knows? Do you have any ideas of who would be a good director, a good writer? I really want to know people's opinions on the Exorcist remake. I'm really, this one intrigued me. So that's all I got for the news on the Exorcist reboot, remake. Definitely go back and look at my last couple videos. I did a top 10 Steelbook releases for September, as well as a top 20 horror Blu-ray and 4K releases for September. So definitely check those out. There's a lot of cool Steelbooks and Best Buy exclusives coming out. So until next time, bye.
I love movies. Gosh, I love movies. I love watching them, and I love making them.
Nah, I can do it.